yet to join. So we can start with the session of Babu. And I'm sure every one of you know Babu. So he's been our regular tech enrichment. So we call him as Excel Guru. And today we have two sessions relating to Tally. The session one, we will have and how do you gain control on your debtors and creditors? That is what Babu will be showing now. Wherein on a real-time basis, like you might be on the collection. You don't do data entry. You are a manager. You are a CFO. You don't need to use the Tally. Tally data might be there somewhere in the LAN network. So, but how do I get that information updated on my spreadsheet? And then I can take an informed decision of the debtors, creditors, basically the aging. That is what is more important to do the cash flow. And you might have a credit terms that are agreed within 30 days, 60 days, 90 days that you will have to pay to the parties. So rather than going to each of the customer ledger, each of the vendor ledger and trying to understand, or every time going to the Tally, exporting the data into Excel, putting a pivot table and doing all that circus. Can this happen on a click of a button? In just like a fraction of seconds, I will get the real-time live data like this. That is what we are going to discuss. Again, as usual, if you have any doubts, feel free. We will share you the Excel of the working so that you can do it yourself. We will share you the recording of today's session so that you can practice it. So in the interest of the time, we are not doing parallelly like a workshop. Make notes wherever is needed. And I'm here to guide what we are doing. And from the day one, the session I've been telling, if you say, I know VLOOKUP, I know SUMIF, I know pivot table, that's the olden days. Even if you say, I know macros, I know how to write macros, I'll say that is olden days. What is the latest? You should be perfect with M language. That's the new thing of Microsoft Excel. And how do we use M language? We call this as Power Query because they have more power and they process large data in much faster time. Yeah. Right. Over to you, Babu.
Thank you, sir. Can you allow me to share my screen, sir?
One moment, Babu. Yes, now you can do it.
Yes. Yes. Quickly, I'll give you an overview. Our agenda is to get outstanding. That means debtors and creditors outstanding completely into our Excel in real time. And but before that one, we are going to learn few advanced methods. I can say formulas also, but it is a methods. If you learn these few steps and few methods using that one, you can do your data works on more and more lines of data. It is very powerful functions and features. I'll give you a clue also how to consolidate multiple sheets, how to consolidate multiple worksheets, and how to look up. For example, you know VLOOKUP, HLOOKUP, index and match if you are good in Excel. But getting data from other sources and applying VLOOKUPs with different methods. These are all will come here. It's very interesting and simple methods. If you concentrate, if you learn these methods, easily you can automate your day-to-day works. You no need to open multiple workbooks and multiple applications. It will do everything and it will give you the output whatever you are expecting. This is what I want to say initially. Now let's go to our task, how to fetch our data. The first one, already I created small course. I'll share you end of the session that course also and that Excel workings also. This is M language code. I'll explain you the basic how it will works. See, I have already created one demo data and also I created a small code also because we have a less time. I can't explain each and every line and I can't give any training on coding. Just maybe if you observe that code, you can easily learn. The first and most, we need to have tally data, and also you should open with application the tally data. Maybe you know tally application is different, data is different. The second one, you need to check your application is activated with ODBC server. Okay, the port number also 9000, or you can change. Maybe you can easily understand if you have 9005, then there is a code. If you see code also, you can able to understand the port local host. You can change 9005. The by default tally will give you 9000 only. Okay, again I'll show you, this is only one configuration you need to check before doing this exercise. F12 configuration from gateway of tally and advanced configuration. Just check once again the port is 9000 or not, or ODB is enabled or not. That's it. Okay, our next process, I created an Excel file. Maybe it is available from this feature. 1 minute.
Basically, from 2016 onwards,
Yes.
Office 365 version, it's like anything. We are in
Yes,
20.
yes. If you are older version also, you can download. There are add-ons. Windows only is offering that add-ons. You can download and you can install the add-ons. You will get these features. See, from data tab, there is there are small slide methods will change. That gateway will change. If your Office 365 or 2016 and above, you will get data and get external data. Get transform data will come. That group under that you will get data. From that you will get this complete list. Just don't worry. You just check in this group data and get external data. Somewhere you will find this feature. From this one, blank query.
So for the new users, you might have directly this called Launch Power Query Editor. You can
Yes.
click on Launch Power Query Editor. You will land up in the same screen which you are seeing.
Yes. See, if you come to this screen, automatically you can able to see the home screen and advanced editor. Here you can write your M language. Just click on it. It is giving by default one sample, but I have already written that code. This is for bills, receivables. Just follow my methods. Also, you will get this video, and also you will get this code also. You can go through this code. You can understand easily. Just press button, done. It will go and fetch data from tally. Okay, you just give a name for this query. You say receivables. Sorry. Receivables. This is one table. In data language, we call as table. The second one, again you click advanced, sorry. You click right click, new query, other sources, blank query. There are many ways to get this blank query. From home tab, there is a new query group. From here also you can able to get that option, or you can right click here, you can insert your new query. Okay, after inserting this query, we'll rename it. It's a payable. Just click on advanced editor, it will give you empty. Just this code you copy and paste it. See, here also is very simple method. They're asking let an in. That means we need to give some input. Then automatically that will recognize and give you output, and the backend everything it will take off. The port is URL. If you see here, this is your port localhost. It will call to that port. Just click OK. Then you are able to see.
So we got receivables and payables.
Payables.
It's like this just automatically.
Yeah, this is very simple step. You can easily get this data. From here, we need to apply our mind to manipulate this data to get expected our format. The third one, for this party name, I want to see if you see here, you can able to imagine. If you see in tally, in payables also you can able to see debit and credit. In receivables also debit credit. But from query, it will give you payables means all debit values, receivables means all credit values. To identify debit and credit this party name, we need to get again ledger table. Same thing, we need to insert and create one more table. These are all one-time activity only. Ledger table, advanced editor. Just I'm updating this code. In this my code is a SQL query. Okay, one more thing. Here it is replacing SQL also. Okay, there are many things. Okay, we'll see one by one. So it's quickly it is fetching. Maybe in your Excel also it won't work like this if you have large data, but Power Query will work very faster.
And this data, this query, you can actually run in the Tally control, and you can just write select dollar name, dollar primary
Yes.
group. You will get this. So this is the new language of a finance world, is API world. So
Correct.
how interconnect the data, get the data. Please continue.
The second one, you cannot get this much faster in your Tally also. If you want to export your data, or if you want to export the same ledger table from Tally also, it will take time to update row by row in Excel. But the Power Query will read and update very quicker way. Okay, now we received receivables, payables, and ledger table. Next, our task is we need to merge these two tables. That means payables and receivables. To merge, it's a append. See, from home there is a combined group. Here we have merge and append. I'll tell you what is the difference between merge and append. Append means it will take all the tables and it will add one by below that one. But merge, it will merge the data. See, the primary table is receivable, secondary table is okay. Before that one, to identify this data once we append, is it receivables or payables, just we'll add one column for our reference. Otherwise, we may confuse. There are many methods. Yes, blank. Just I'm copying to reduce my time to account it. So it's given one column for reference only, it's bill type. We'll update same thing in payables also. From add column, just insert custom column. We'll give bill type for column. Here if it is not empty, we'll give payables. See, now we received, we can able to see is it payable and receivables. Once we append also from home, there is a group combine. From that append and new, we can append. Then these two tables will append. Instead of combining that one, we'll do separate. Then we will have reference. Payables. Okay, receivables.
So what we have done is we have merged two tables in third table.
Yes.
Why did we do? I'll just tell you for a moment. If I have received an advance from a customer, ideally customers are bills receivable. But if I receive an advance from customer, the Tally will record this under bills payable table, because I have received a money which I have to pay it back to the customer. Likewise, if I have paid an advance to my sundry creditor, in the Tally it will be showing as a bills receivable, though it might not fit your logic. The logic is bills receivable is debtor, bills payable is creditor. Since the data is merged, we now have to identify who is my debtor and creditor. That is the reason we are now taking two tables and appending it, right?
Yes.
Why did we get the ledger table? Sometimes you might have posted some transactions without giving the bill reference. So there could be a position where there is a money receivable or payable to a party, but you have not created the bill. So we have to also create that exception to follow. Please continue.
Yeah, now we appended these two tables, receivables and payables. We can able to identify based on this, is it payable and receivables. It will give each reference number wise, bill wise the data is there. Now we need to add or need to identify this, we don't know, maybe it is available in under group debtors or creditors. We need to add here column for parent group. For this one, it is very simple, like how I did as append. Same similar way, merge from home tab, combine group, the merge queries as new command. Just click on it. It will ask you the primary table and secondary table. The secondary table is my ledger table. From ledger table, which column is matching? Party name and from ledger table's name. These two will match. That's why I added these two. Here it is very interesting. If you know basic SQL, this will come from SQL only. It is like SQL. Maybe if you know SQL, you can write left, right, the join functions. Similar way, everything it is taking backend. Just you need to know what to apply, how to apply. Just full out all rows from both. It's created final data with ledger master. I'll show you. We'll give this free name. See, it is created and added with the ledger table. Just click on it. What are all fields you want to add here? You can add all things. We'll see. Maybe it will give you for
You don't need the name. Maybe you can remove. Yeah, for them right now we can show. Later it can be removed. Yeah.
Yes, yes. If you don't want, you can remove it. Just right click and remove also. It is okay.
So now you know that okay, this is under creditors, debtors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now we have party name, bill reference number, due date, and also in tally group.
Babu, just hold on. So members, you can see the first two lines itself. You know, the first one, bill table is payable. It is under sundry creditor. Very right. The second one, we are getting the value from the receivables, but it is still creditor. That means I would have paid an advance to that party. So the bill type could have been anyone. That is where we wanted to know who is a debtor or a creditor. That is why we have appended this new table.
Yes. Now we have everything in our table. Now we can, okay, before that one, just select all the fields and convert it to respective table type. That means if it is a date, it will change it to date. By default, everything will come as a text and number. But there is an option, transform option. From here, you can select all the columns and click on detect data type. It will recognize the complete column and data, then that will convert to, if it is a date column, it will change it to date. If it is a number, it will change it to date. If it is number and character, then it will convert to number and character format. It is easy for you to your calculations. Suppose if you are without detecting this one or without changing to number, if you try to multiply some values, it won't give value, it will give reference value. Reference errors. Okay, up to here, any doubts? This is very simple. Already we have receivables table, separate table, payables, ledger table, and our consolidated table. This is final table with our ledger masters and ledger closing balance. We will explain you why ledger closing balance is required.
Babu,
Okay.
you may say simple. For people who are seeing first time is like, okay, can you repeat it once again? Don't worry, members. We have a recording of it. We will share you the recording.
Yeah. See, this is one-time activity. If you do, these are all formatting and activities, then your job is to refresh only whenever you created data in Tally, just only refresh.
By the way, you don't need to load all the tables. You could
Yes,
delete and you can just load only your final outstanding table.
yes, yes. Yeah, I'm deleting that's why only. Otherwise, it will create high volume and the file size also will increase.
So where, the moment you delete, I'm not sure how many of you are noticing, and the right side has become only connection only.
Connection only, yes. Just refresh it, it will refresh. just click here, just right click. 1 minute. Oh, sorry.
Select the table and you click on load.
Yeah, load to, right click and load to. Just create a table, or you can create connection only. Everything is okay. Okay, I'm going with the table. Sorry.
Yeah, put it as a table and load to A1.
Yes. Now it is loading all the tables. You can able to see here 2859 rows are added here. Using this one, you can do whatever you want. You can do pivot, whatever analysis. Now you have your party and payment amount.
Primary group in the filter. Put it in the filter, primary group.
Yes.
And you can just select debtors or creditors.
Debtors, right, sir?
Yeah.
Okay.
And now you put the dates into in the column overdue days.
Yeah. Just something short and
and you can just group by apply the group by and yeah, by the way, this group by it will automatically do, and you can give every 90 days or every 100 days. You can just give.
okay.
So now
This,
you automatically got the aging.
yes.
So basically you got the receivable aging, and you are always wanting to know whatever the receivables which are current and which are long.
Yes.
Just quickly, we will see how we can how correct this is. Let us pick that first one. Let's go to Tally and see this some contractor which is there in Gadag. Let's see 44 lakhs. Is that number right? Yeah, 44 lakhs 58,000, and go to bill wise. Alt B, yeah, bill wise.
Yes.
So these are the various bills that are there. 44 lakh 58,000 is the money that is due from this contractor. Now, let us say, come back, go back to Tally. Escape. Alt A. F6. F6, not sales, receipt.
Okay.
Let us receive some 10 lakhs from this person. So 4458 is now becoming 3458. Again preference. And just keep adjusting some numbers.
There are many, sir.
Okay, no problem. Debit to your.
Yeah. It's July 1st. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
So now it is 3458. So you are not the accountant. You are a manager. You are doing collection follow-up. You want to have dashboard. Let's go to that Excel now. All that you will do is just refresh.
Yes.
And hit the refresh button, or go to the data.
Refresh from here. It will refresh everything. If you refresh it will only refresh pivot table. If you have connections, then you apply from here.
Babu, something this data is not refreshed. Can you just?
Yeah, it's refreshed, sir. The 34, 58, 12.
Now that Gadag moved from level 1 to level 2 instead of 44 lakhs. Now it is only 34 lakhs.
Correct.
This is the power of the data query management. Now management has given you a task of sending your aging analysis once in a week. Now someone will take at least, someone who is pro in Excel will take 1 hour to prepare debtors aging, creditors aging bill wise. Now, Babu, go to the pivot.
Yeah, definitely, sir. If they do manually, it will take. If they expert also at least minimum 1 hour. If it is not expert, it will take 1 day.
Yeah, Babu,
To get this.
click on analyze on the top. No, go back. Click on analyze. Bring that bill name, field it. Yeah, go scroll up. Reference number below the party name. Yeah, so right click and minimize all.
Yes.
Yeah, so now you want information, that respective information is there. Now the accountant doesn't need to do anything. Just hit this refresh button. He has all the data with him. Yeah.
Yes.
This is the advantage of Power Query. And you want to change debtors, change debtors. You want creditors, you have creditors. You only have what you want.
Yes.
So you can see your creditor. And by the way, on the top, we all know pivot table has that advantage of grouping. It does the grouping automatically. Earlier it was only 500. Today now you can see 800 to 899. So every 100 days it is automatically creating the group by itself. And once data comes to Excel and pivot tables, you are masters in it. And if you are not, you master it, because now that is the basic expectation. If you don't know, Babu, just insert slicer in the analyze. Yeah, so insert the slicers and you just use party name. Yeah. So close the party name, click on bills payable. Now you can see automatically the numbers are becoming only positive, which means these are the payable creditors where you have liability to pay. Click on receivable. These are the creditors you have paid advance to the customers or your parties. You know, everything is getting on a click of a button. This is what is the need of the hour, need of the day, and where the information can be shared. In fact, I'm not sure how many attended the last session or last. We have shown you the information which is there on the Excel sheet. On the right side, I press a button, whatever you are seeing just goes as an email, even that we have shown. So you will be able to do it. And so it's like you selected some parties, you only want to know, you want to group by. Once the data comes, what cannot be done in Excel is what you cannot imagine. If you can imagine that this is how I want the data to be, that's possible. What is not possible is what you cannot imagine. That is how I would tell the people. Any questions to anyone?
Yes.
And Babu, isn't it like a wonderful feature? Every accountant should be knowing about this. Yeah. Good. Anything else, Babu?
Yeah, this is that's it, sir.
Great.
Any doubts up to this stage in process? Wherever you have doubts, just ping me in through chat. There is another session also. During that, we will clarify. Then we will share you this link also. You can follow the video link. You can able to get the steps. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, Babu.